everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's tutorial, we're going to be using the Cricut Joy Xtra and we're going to make some easy peel stickers. I had so many of you ask me, can you do this with the Joy Xtra? And you absolutely can. I'm going to show you every step from setting up your stickers and I'll explain every single step. That way you understand why we do what we do and why it works. We're also going to talk about how to do some test cuts because that's very important. Whether you have done easy peel stickers before on maybe a Maker or an Explorer, you will need to do test cuts on your Joy Xtra because that cuts at a totally different pressure. So you'll definitely want to do those and know how to do them really easily. So without further ado, let's get started. But before we do, be sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. It's totally free and I'd love to have you as part of my crafty family. To do easy peel stickers with your Joy is a lot easier than people think. So let me show you how we're going to do this, and we're going to go step by step so that you fully understand what we're doing. The first thing we'll do is we're going to upload the images that we want to use. Now you can use any images that you like or that you want to get from Design Space or really anywhere on the internet. You can grab whatever you like, but I'm going to use some designs that I got from design bundles. So you're going to click upload image and you can drag or drop or browse through your file. I'm a drag or drop kind of gal. Now, what's kind of nice here is they do have a pre-made sheet for you, or you can just individually upload your images. I'm personally going to individually upload because I don't want to print out all of them. I'm just going to do a few of them. Now, these are PNGs, which means these are made for print and cut. So we don't have to do anything to them on this screen. You can just click apply and continue. Now here is where you're going to have three options, and the option you want to choose is flat graphic. This creates a single layer full color image for print and cut projects. Go ahead and click continue, and then you can add keywords if you want to or anything over on the left hand side, or you can just click upload. Now these are going to upload really large onto your canvas, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Like that's really big for a sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a few more of the designs. That way you can see a couple of them made into these easy peel stickers. Now we have all of our designs uploaded onto our canvas, and I did 6, but again, you can do however many you want to. Now you'll notice that on our layers panel, there is a red exclamation point. If you ever want to know what that is, you can just simply click on it and it'll tell you that your image is too large for your print and cut area. That's fine. We're going to ignore that because we're going to resize them here in just a minute. But what's fun about these is you can label them with somebody's name, which I thought was really fun. So I'm just going to add some text and I'm just going to put my own name in here. And you can use any font that you want to. So you can just go over to your fonts on the left-hand side. I like to use my system fonts. And then you can really just sort of pick whatever kind of design you want, whatever you want your name or your label to look like. You could use your classroom name. You could label these for your kids' schools. And what's cool about these is because we're using print and cut, we can use literally any font that we want to. So just have fun with this and choose whatever you want. I like this DTC Aloma Island, so I'm going to use that one. And what you'll do is you're going to size this to fit within your little white space. Now I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to have the same design on all of them, but I want to just show you on this red one really quick what we need to do. So you can see here that my text is on my design. However, I need to make this all one piece so that I can tell Cricut Design Space that I don't want it to cut around my name. I just want the name to be part of my sticker. So I'm going to select both items and I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to click where it says flatten. And now you'll see that I have this one single layer, and that's going to tell Cricut Design Space that that name is part of that layer. So let me go ahead and duplicate the name a few more times just so I can put it on each of our pieces here. And again, every time you add the name, you need to select the design and choose flatten. If you don't choose flatten, it'll try to cut around your name, which is definitely not what we want it to do. We want it to have everything become one single piece. So I'm just going to put this on each of these, and you can see this goes really quickly. This is not something that should take you very long if you want to add some text to these. It should be a very simple step. So all I do is I select both pieces and I choose flatten. Now flatten's going to come into play here when you're making stickers that have multiple layers. So you want to make sure that it's not going to cut around anything. That's why you use flatten. It just tells Cricut Design Space that it's all one single piece. Now for this, I'm going to go ahead and size these down here in just a minute. So let me go ahead. I'm going to select all and I'm just going to center them. And then I'm just going to size them down a bit more just so we can see them better. Another thing that I'm going to do is change our background color so that you can see that these already have a little offset to them. If they didn't, we could simply add that with the offset function here in Cricut Design Space. But these already have them, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we are making what's called an easy peel sticker. So for something like this, we need to add an additional offset, which will be the easy peel portion. Now to do that, all you simply need to do is choose offset, and you can make this offset relatively small. You don't want it teeny tiny, but you also don't need something like huge like that. So I like to do maybe like 0.125. That's usually pretty good for the size that I want to do. And I'm going to click apply. Now you're going to see that you have a gray offset. This gray offset is what is going to become your die cut portion of your easy peel sticker, meaning that it's going to cut around the gray part and your sticker will be a separate piece, but then the gray part will actually peel off to make it easier for you or your customer or whomever to peel your design off. Now I do want to show you what is a little bit of a quicker and easier trick to doing this rather than doing each one of these individually. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this offset, and I'm going to make a concerted effort to get these all put on to a page to cut for stickers. Now what I like to do is I use a print and cut template, which you can download free on my website. I'll link it down below. And all this is a little template to help you lay out your designs so they'll fit onto your paper just a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and right click this and send this to the back so that all of my designs are on top of it. Now these are still bigger than I would really want to make a sticker. I don't usually like to make stickers much bigger than like maybe 3 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select all of my stickers, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab all of these. I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to align them. I'm going to center them, and I'm going to make them like 2 inches wide. That's going to be like a decent size. Maybe let's do 2.5 just so they're just a little bit bigger. Whoops, that was way too small. Let's go 2.5. There we go. So now from here, what I want to do is I'm going to lay these out onto this sheet. Now, because we're doing an easy peel sticker, I can't get all the way to the corner. I want to leave a little bit of space so that when I put these on to my sheet, that easy peel section isn't going to get in the way. So you just want to leave a little bit of extra space, more so than you would if I was just going to cut these. If I was going to cut these as is, I could fit them really close together. But because I want to do an easy peel, I just want to make sure I have some space around them. Now, you'll notice that I can obviously fit quite a few stickers on my sheet. So what I do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the whole set here, and I'm going to put another set down here. I'm going to duplicate this again. Now, I can only fit some of the set down here, so I can move some of these stickers over to the side and put them sideways, perhaps. So I'm just going to rotate them, and I'm going to slide them in right here where they should fit just fine. Now, again, you can rotate using the little arrow, or you can just click the rotate option there at the top. Now, obviously, I can fit one more sticker for sure. So let me just pick one random one. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And then that should fill up my sheet pretty well for these easy peel stickers. Now, I'm going to hide the background here, which is our template. So you can just simply use the eyeball on your layers panel to hide this. Now, keeping in mind, yes, I'm showing you how to do this for the Cricut Joy because I've had so many people ask me, can you do this with the Cricut Joy? And you can, but this is the same process that you'll use for any of your Cricut machines that can do print and cut. So just keep that in mind. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of my pencils, my crayons, everything on my page here, and I'm going to flatten them. What that does is that just gives Cricut Design Space less to think about, and I find that it works a lot better. Now, because we're doing these as an easy peel sticker, I need to, again, add that offset. So when you do this, you're going to go up to offset, and you're going to need to make your offset quite a bit smaller. Now, you want to kind of keep in mind, see how it looks like, you've got blue lines between some of them and not others. You may need to make your offset a little bit smaller than that 0.125. Just keep in mind that you want all your offsets to be individual pieces. So now that I have all those individual pieces of those offsets, I can go ahead and simply click apply. Now, keeping in mind, I could still go a little bit smaller if I wanted to. Like I could probably go to like 0.75, and that might be just a little bit closer to what I want. I don't need a real big edge. I'm going to go ahead and click apply to these. Now that we have our offset set, now this set is set to print and cut, but you can really set this to a basic cut and it isn't going to change anything as far as like your design, but you can leave it as a print and cut as well. We're not going to flatten this, so it's going to still know that it wants us to cut around the outside. I hope that makes sense. It'll make more sense when you see it. But what I want to do is, because I'm going to leave this as print and cut, I want to make it white because I don't want it to print as another color. And I know it's a little hard to see, but I want to just make it white so that it's not going to print any color because we just want it to be white. Now, what I need to do is take this offset and multiply it many times. Now, I like to do, like I said, 8. 8 I'll usually do. So I'm going to duplicate this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gives me 8 offsets. Now I need to align everything. So I'm going to click select all and I want to align them and center them. Now I've got everything put together. Now what I want to do is choose attach. Now it is going to look like it won't cut around your edge of your sticker, but it will. It's just a little bit confusing because the Cricut Design Space removes the visual of where it's going to cut when you're doing print and cut. But what you'll notice is that under our attach layer, we have our flattened section, which is our actual stickers. And then we have our offsets. And if I change the color of the offset again, just so you can see it, you can see where your cut edge is going to be because it's that white section right there. But like I said, I want it all white so that we don't have any color that might kind of get in the way. Now, before we do anything else, I'm going to save these and I'm going to save them as Easy Peel Joy Xtra, just so you can see what I'm going to use these for. Then what we'll simply do is we just need to click the make button. You don't need to change the background color or anything like that because it doesn't matter. Cricut Design Space doesn't really understand that when it comes to making. So when I click make, it's going to take us and show us what our cut's going to look like. Now, the only thing you're really going to see on your screen when this pulls up is your design. You're not going to see any of the cut lines that we have set for this, and that can make it a little bit confusing. You're kind of get a little bit concerned that maybe it's not going to cut correctly, but I promise you this is going to cut really well. Now from here, what I'm going to do is click continue, and I want to send this to my printer. And once we print this out, I'll show you how we do a test cut. I prefer to print it and then do a test cut. So I'm going to click send it to printer. And it's going to kind of tell you a little bit about what your design should look like. It should have our 4 cut sensor marks, and it should have that little arrow in the corner. I'm going to click next, and this is where we have to do a few little settings. Now, I always want to double check my paper size, which is 8.5 by 11. I want to make sure that my correct printer is selected, which is my Epson ET2720. And then I just double check that I only have 1 copy selected. I don't need more than 1. Now, because the edge of these stickers is white, you can leave the bleed on or turn it off. It will not make a difference. What bleed does is it pushes the color of the edge of your sticker out. And since the edge of our sticker is white, there's no color for it to push out. So it won't make a difference whether it's on or off. So you don't have to worry about that if you have white edges. If we didn't have that little white offset that it's going to cut around, you would probably want to use bleed just to make sure you don't have any white edging around your stickers. Now you want to choose use system dialog because this is going to make sure that we just get the best print possible. Now, when you click print, it's not going to send it to your printer. It's going to open up your printer preferences. Those are right here. And this is where you change a few settings to make sure that you're going to get really good prints. If for some reason you don't see these settings, go to your printer manufacturer's website and I want you to re-download and install the drivers for your printer. That should fix your issue, no problem. So what you'll do is click preferences here. And again, I always double check document size and orientation. You want your orientation to be portrait. You want to check your paper type. Now for me, I'm using the Cricut printable sticker paper. So I'm going to use the premium presentation paper matte. I find that gives me a really good color. I still don't love the Cricut sticker paper. I don't think it gives me the best color possible, but it does a pretty good job. And since this is just to show you how to do this, I'll link some of my favorite sticker papers down below for you. From your quality, you want to go from standard to high, and I always want you to double check your color. Now, mine is defaulted to black grayscale because I do print a lot of other stuff that I don't necessarily want to waste ink on. So I'm going to choose color. Now, there's one more setting that you want to choose, and it's under more options. You want to turn off high speed print. That's going to allow you to get a really clear print without any of those print lines in it, and it's going to really make your color pop. Then simply click OK and click print to send it to the printer. Once you've printed, it's just going to kind of verify what it should look like, and you can simply click done, and then it'll connect to your machine. My machine's not on just yet, but I'm going to take you over there and show you that. But first, I want to show you how to do a test cut. I want to hide the design that we printed, so you just simply use the eyeball and that will hide it. That way it's not going to do anything with that on our design. Now I'm just going to use a simple shape of a star for this, and all we have to do, we don't have to use print and cut for this at all. This is just testing our cut settings. So I do like to make my star a little bit smaller just so it wastes a little bit less material. And I will always recommend having like a random piece of sticker paper that maybe you misprinted, or one that you're just going to sacrifice for your print then cut tests. But this is so important so that you don't mess up an entire sheet, that I would rather have a sheet that I use for test cutting than ruin a whole sheet by cutting it wrong. Now with this, because again, remember we want that kiss cut sticker and then we want that die cut piece, we need to add that offset. So I'm going to click offset here. And again, you don't need a big one. I usually, again, keep it pretty small on this, and I simply click apply. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that offset, and I'm going to do it the same amount of times. So I have an 8 offset on the other one, so I'm going to do 8 over here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to align them and center them. Then you simply attach them. Now, when we go into our mat here, it will cut around the inside star just one single time, and then it will cut around the outside star. Now, it's going to ask me, because I'm just cutting like just random things, it will ask you how you want to cut. And for this, we are cutting on mat because we are going to be using this for test cutting, and we're going to confirm that. So now, like I said, here you can see where it's going to cut your little star in the center, but then it's going to cut around the outside of that a bunch of times. That way it's going to give us that die cut that we want on the outside, but it's going to allow us to see if that inside cut is just a simple kiss cut. Now for these, it will always depend on both your machine, your material, whether you've laminated your stickers, how well it's going to cut. So if you intend to laminate your sticker, I will recommend that you take a little strip of laminate and put that on to your test cut. That will make sure that you get the best cut. Now for these, I am not going to laminate them. I do have a video that it's going to be all about sticker lamination, and I will definitely link that if it's been out yet. But for this one, I don't want to laminate this. I just prefer a regular old sticker. Because these are ones that I'll just give away with my crochet stuff or something, or I'm just going to use to like label things in my craft room, whatever it may be. So let's head over to the machine. We're going to try test cutting, and we're going to try a couple different settings, and I'll let you know which settings we try and which ones work. That'll kind of give you a place to start when you're looking at starting your sticker testing. We're ready to do our test cut, so I just have my blank sticker paper. I'm going to load this into the machine, and I have this one set to everyday iron on, so we'll see how this one does. Through the haze, we ignite a brighter place. The path ahead is ours to mold, a story brave and once it's done that, what we want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and peel this off, and I don't actually think it did not. It did not do a great job cutting that through. But let's see how it did on just the edge, and it did not cut that at all either. So knowing that we have the everyday iron-on setting selected, we know that we need to go with a heavier setting to get it to cut through. Everyday iron-on is about 118 pressure, so I'm going to look for one with a little bit more pressure. The next setting we're going to try is glitter mesh iron-on. That's got a setting of about 180 pressure, so we'll see how that one does. Once it cuts that one out, we'll do the same thing. I'm just not going to bother unloading it. Sorry, I just bumped you, but looks like it cut really well through the sticker paper, which I know you guys probably can't see. but let's see how it cut as far as the center. I think it cut too deep for the center, maybe? Hard to say. I did rip it when I pulled it off, so let's just see. And what I like to do is I'm going to peel off that whole sticker. And then I'm just going to stick that over to the side. But then I'm going to actually peel off the easy peel part too, because this is going to let me see how deep it cut into the center. Now where I ripped, that was my fault. I ripped that, but that looks like it's the perfect setting. So I think we're going to go with the glitter mesh iron-on for these. And I think that setting should be perfect for our kiss cut and our straight through cut for our sticker paper. I've got the glitter mesh iron-on setting on, and then we're going to go ahead and load our mat. Now, I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I probably should calibrate this machine. It's been a really long time. To be honest with you, I just don't care. I just want to see if these work. If you're going to make these stickers and you want them to come out perfect, make sure you calibrate your machine. But what it's going to do first is it's going to read all the registration marks in the corners. Then it will cut around our stickers and our offsets. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going and let you guys watch. Now, once it's finished, I'm not going to take this off the mat just yet, though I'm pretty sure regardless I won't be able to recut anyways because we're using the Joy Xtra. But I just want to show you, look at that. It cut around them so dang nice, and I can honestly just pull the backing fully off. And then you can see each of our stickers is cut around, and it honestly looks like I didn't necessarily need to calibrate. They all look pretty even. Now, once I've unloaded these from the machine, I'm just going to slide the machine out of the way, and then we can take these off of the mat. And I do recommend just taking your mat, bending it a little bit. Now, this mat is fairly sticky because it is fairly new, but you can see all my stickers stayed on. Now, I'm going to do my best not to get these at all bent, but I can't make any promises. So I'm going to go ahead and peel all of these off. You can just see them kind of peeling from the back here. Now, this one, I accidentally got to the edge of the sticker, and that's okay. I'm going to have to peel those off anyways, but I'm going to go ahead, get these off of here, and then I'm going to show you what we mean by easy peel and how to get that off so that when you send these to your friends, your customers, you want to use them yourself, you can easily peel your stickers away from your backing. Once you've got your stickers all cut out of your paper, what you'll do is you'll take this little edge, which is your outside offset off. Now you can use pin pen or you can use your finger, whatever works best for you. And you can simply peel that off, and then you're gonna have this nice easy peel sticker. Now I'm gonna get these all off, and then I'll give you guys a nice up close view of what these look like so you can really see that easy peel. It's just gonna make life so much simpler for your customer or for yourself when it comes to peeling these later. I will link everything that I used in this video down below, including the design, plus all of the sticker paper and everything else. So let me go ahead and get these all peeled off and we'll show you what they look like. Now I wanted to show you what it means when I say easy peel. So you can see there's a little bit of an edge here on the sticker. All I have to do is push that edge back and look at how easy that comes off. So simple, you can do it from any side and it just makes it so much quicker to peel these off and just so much easier for your client. Now let me get you an up close look of all the stickers because they did come out really, really cute and they're so easy to peel. Just so stinking simple. Here are the stickers all finished. Please, by all means, let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. No question is too big or too small, so don't hesitate. These are a lot of fun to make, and you can do them with any of the Cricut machines that do print and cut, so that means anything except the regular Cricut Joy. This is a really fun way to make an easy peel sticker, and honestly, you can do this with any designs, any type of sticker paper that you want to. Just remember to do those test cuts. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting.